Well, hello, everyone. It is Brent Cromer with the FSA Podcast, where we teach online health coaches how to sell at a higher rate and scale their businesses with more profit. All right, guys, tracking KPIs. It is one of those things in business. It's not fun. It's not glorified. No one really talks about it a whole lot, but it is 100% necessary. It is meticulous, but I'm going to break down what you should be tracking, how to track it, and why it's important. But first, before we get started, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Join our family here at C4F if you're interested in growing your online business with more profit and more efficiency. Emphasis on efficiency, selling bigger packages with half the time that it takes to sell if you're selling at a lower rate. Every single week, I drop a new video with insights on how to sell more effectively, close those bigger deals, and build a team around you so that you can maximize your time and scale your business. So do me a favor and hit that subscribe button right now. I appreciate it more than you know. So when it comes to tracking KPIs in our business, the two most important things we have to consider are consistency and structure. Okay, if we have consistency and structure with anything, we're going to accomplish a lot more than we would otherwise if we're just winging it and not really tracking and just kind of showing up when we want. Does this sound familiar? Maybe with fitness, maybe tracking things, maybe showing up consistently. It's all the things that you tell your clients, but I'm going to do the exact same thing, telling you why KPIs are so crucial, so important. And then if you stick around, I'm actually going to share my screen and show you the exact trackers that we have for our clients that we track, and how we measure and how we grow businesses and how we interpret those KPIs to make good analytical decisions that are not based on feel, but based on facts. So stick around. I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. I'm just going to give it all away. Okay. By now, you've probably seen, we got a new puppy. His name is Waylon, after Waylon Jennings. Shout out to all my country fans out there. Waylon is a English cream golden retriever, which is a long, difficult and fancy way of saying that he is a golden retriever with white fur. Much less cool when you wear it that way, but he is adorable. If you guys haven't seen, I'd probably post him on my story at least once a day. I'm doing a whole series on how we go through his training and his progression and what that looks like every week. But something that I realized when we got Waylon was, one, he's very stubborn. He's a dude. He's just, we have like our German Shepherd, who's very particular, very clean. And then Waylon's just a dude. And you guys know exactly what that means. So training him, and I promise this is all contextual. Okay. But training him in the beginning was brutal. He's 15 weeks old. The first couple weeks we got him, me and Brooke are busy. We're sometimes confined to our offices. So we weren't doing our job to the fullest extent in training him. And it was just kind of like, all right, I'll teach him how to shake today. I'll teach him how to sit. I'll teach him how to, leave it and things like that. But it wasn't tracked and it wasn't consistent until I downloaded an app. And no, I'm not sponsored by them yet. Maybe they'll love this, but the app is called Woofz, WOOFZ. $29 is what I paid. And it custom creates a plan based on your dog's temperament, gender, breed, like how advanced you want to train them. It takes all this into consideration, and then it builds them a custom plan with like different levels on how to train them. And then like the precursors. So like if you want them to heel, where they like come around and sit next to you and they look like a really good dog. When I trained our German Shepherd to do that, I didn't do it in the right way, and it took a lot longer. For this, it's like there's precursors to train them on that will then help you train them to do things like heel and more advanced things beyond that. So once I downloaded the app, I started tracking it, and it's holding me accountable. It's giving me reminders. It's showing me how far we have to go. It's showing me what trainings I still have to do with him that he's not 100% proficient in yet. And so I have consistency and I have structure. And now Waylon is soaring. In the last week, we've had this app for 7 days, and he can do so much more than what he could. He will sit, he'll place, he'll follow, he'll not heel just yet. He'll leave it. Eye contact. Anytime you say look, he stops whatever he's doing and stares you directly in the eyes. He has learned more in 7 days than what we did in the first several weeks that we owned him, and it's because of consistency and structure. Okay, so your business, you cannot expect to grow. You can't expect to build upon anything if you don't have consistency and structure in your tracking. Okay, now that I've told this big, wonderful story, I talk about Waylon and my dogs any chance that I get, if you guys can't tell, and how they relate to business, whether it's maybe forced or not. That's seriously, exactly what happened. We were watching him grow like before our eyes in terms of like his abilities, right? And business is no different. Once I started tracking things in C4F on a very consistent basis, I was able to make better decisions, because you might feel a certain way and it might feel true to you. Like openers, different like DM openers. The other day I was like, I feel like this one's crushing. We looked at the data. I'm like, it is not crushing. It's just that I felt that way. And sometimes we can we can infer different things that aren't necessarily true just based on emotion. Okay. So data, there is no emotion in numbers. There's only emotion in how you interpret the numbers. Okay. So why is this relevant? Why did I just go through this whole thing on the dog? Well, I want to show you guys how we track. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to share my screen. If you guys just give me one moment here, and you should see a tracker. Now, it's not going to be anything that absolutely blows your mind, okay? But I'm going to show you how the tracker works and why it's required that every single one of our clients get this tracker when they first start, and why they have to fill it out on a daily basis. The first reason is we go through these every Monday. So every single Monday, all of our clients, me and the team, the C4F team, we go through all their numbers and we make interpretations on the data. And if the data is not looking good from the previous week, we'll give customized recommendations on what to do. If we need more information, then we're going to reach out. That is exactly what you do with your clients that get the best results. The clients who get the best results are the ones who track, who are consistent, who show up, who ask questions, and you have data via Trainerize to be able to make decisions on what they should be doing next, because you can't tell them to change macros if they haven't been hitting the current macros, right? No different than this, okay? So when clients come in, basically you have triages booked, triages shown, okay? So we do a 2-call close, the show rate on an individual day basis, but what I'm usually looking for is on the monthly basis. 60s, that's just a sales call. How many were booked for that day, how many showed, how many were offered, because we don't offer our services to everyone. Closed with the daily KPIs there. The contracted amount, the collected amount, the length of time, and then where it came from. Okay, so we need to be tracking where these deals are coming from as well. And if you want more data, you can always just right click and then add notes and type more about them. Okay, or you can just put it over here, which a lot of people do. Okay, so that is how it would look. So today is the 12th. So I would go to the 12th. Let's say I have 3 triages today, 2 showed, 67% show rate, 67, we're in the green down here. So I'm looking at the greens and the reds. Let's say I had, these guys were moved on to a 60-minute call, but like later in the week, right? But let's say I had 2 closing calls teed up from an earlier triage that got moved on. And one of them showed, one of them pitched, one of them closed. See, we're in the greens all the way across. Contracted, let's say I contracted 3,500 and I collected 1,500, so I collected 43%. We're in the green yet again. It's a 12-month, and let's say we had to downsell for bi-weekly, and it came from a organic Facebook. That's how it would look, okay? And then let's say, we have one showed there, great. We had 3 more 60s, 2 showed. We pitched to only one of them, and we didn't close them. Okay, so then now we've closed 1 out of 2, 67% pitch rate. That's on, the yellow. So it's starting to warn us a little bit. Show rates are pretty good all across. Close rates, at the bottom of good, 50% is like the bottom threshold for green. For instance, if this was 2, it'd be, we closed 1 out of 3. That's no good. So let's say it's at 50%. Book to close. This one is a very, very important KPI. This is however many calls booked became clients. So 1 out of 5. If we booked 10 calls here, that's going to drop to 8%. That's not good. Where we need to be is at least 25%. We like 30. 25% will give you green. 30 will give you darker green. Okay. 30 is really good. That means 1/3 of all the leads that make it to your 60-minute calendar, your closing call calendar, become clients. 1 out of every 3. So now you can reverse engineer. Okay. So if we have a 30% book to close ratio on average, we know that if we book 10 clients on average, we'll close 3 of them. And if we know that our average package price sold is $3,000, we know it takes 10 calls to hit $9,000. Does all that make sense? So let's say we hit, we hit our 10, and let's say 5 showed, 4 pitched, and we closed 2. So that means, see our 30% book to close, we closed 3 out of 10 total booked. And if our average for those was 3,000 a piece, so 6,000 contracted that day, let's say we collected half. Now we're hitting that 9 to 9,500. See if this was 3,000. Okay, not to confuse you with the numbers, but that's how you can forecast and make goals for your business. So let's come into the next part, and it's prospecting. Okay, almost no one I know outside of our clients at C4F track their prospecting, and it's a very sad spectacle. Okay, we need to be tracking how many friend requests we're sending, how many accepted. If you guys want to learn how to see how many people accepted, just put a comment below on YouTube, and I'll send you a private Loom. Basically, you should be sending 20 to 50 friend requests a day. We want at least 25 to 30%. These are just basic KPIs, so you could write yours down there. 25 to 30% should be accepted. So we're above that on the 40. That gets the green. So we invited 50 people to our Facebook group. Let's say we started 15 new conversations on Facebook, 15 new on Instagram. We re-engaged 25 old conversations. A lot of you guys, when we do business audits, are not re-engaging old conversations to this degree. We want you re-engaging 20 to 30 conversations every single day. People who you've spoke to are closer to buying than the new people who you're just now reaching out to. Okay. Meaningful conversations. So if we hover over this, 3 or more back and forth responses. So let's say we sent 30 here, 25 here. So we sent 55 messages total re-engaging our pipeline. And of that, we had 10 meaningful conversations. That's amazing. Of that 10, we have 3 that we actually offered a call to. 2 agreed, so 67%, which is above our 30 to 40%. So this is just prospecting and messaging. And no, it's not all cold DMing. I know a lot of you are like, oh, okay, he's just like everyone else. He teaches just a cold outreach. No, we use and leverage lead magnets. If you want to learn more about lead magnets, go to my previous video. I teach you all about lead magnets, how to market them, how to actually monetize from them. But we use lead magnets, we use polls, we use challenges, scholarships, funds, so many different things. But the main thing that closes deals above and beyond everything else, would be ads, like when our clients work in and can afford ads. But beyond that is follow-ups. The fortune is in the follow-ups, my friend. And then there's a really good chance, there's about probably a 75% chance that you're not doing enough follow-ups, or you're not using a proven strategy. You're just hitting people up saying, hey, how you been? Hey, how you been? Hey, you still doing this? Hey, you still want to lose weight? We have a specific script that we go through to re-engage these people to get them re-interested, whether it's giving them a new lead magnet, offering them something new. That's a topic for a different day. Okay, so we can maybe dig into that and another video. So this is what we're looking like now. The reason that I do this, guys, is because I need to hold myself accountable if I'm the one doing prospecting, or I need to hold my team accountable. If we come in here and they're just not charting on certain days, or maybe they did 20 here and then 10 here and then 5 here and then 20 and 35, that's not consistent enough. Okay, that's not consistent enough, and it's not going to get the job done. Okay, so this is, if your goal is to send 20 a day, it needs to be 20 every freaking day for you to get results. No different than tracking your macros. Now, friend request accepted is going to vary. It might be 15 here, 10, 3, 2, 5, 3. And so long as we can get this up into the 25 to 30% range, then we're doing really good. If it's not, then there's a good chance that you're prospecting from the wrong honey hole. You're not hitting the correct audience, or something is wrong with your profile more often than not, whether it's your profile picture, your banner, your bio, your content. There's a reason that people are taking one look at you and declining the friend request. So if this isn't 25 to 30% from tracking, there's something wrong with who you're prospecting, or there's something wrong with your profile or your messaging. Okay, Facebook invites, that's easy, 50 a day, so long as you're adding enough people to hit your 50 a day. New Facebook conversations, again, that's 10 to 15, and then re-engaged, again, we're hitting people back up. And then if we have 10 meaningful conversations, we should be pitching to a good portion of those, at least 3. And then we expect not everyone's going to agree to a call. So long as this is 30 to 40%, we're doing pretty good, which means that if we need to double, we can still keep that there. And maybe we double and only 2 book, that's fine. We're still within range. Okay. But maybe we pitch 6 the next day and 4 people book. That's how we get these bookings rolling. Okay, so that's prospecting. Goals, these are just fake goals. So these are before C4F, their goals, and then after C4F, so that we can make sure that our clients actually hit their results. And if they don't hit their goals, I want to know why. I want to know exactly why. Because if we set a goal, I'm doing everything in my literal power to help you get there. And if you didn't, this is a way of holding me accountable as a coach as to why you didn't get there. So consistency and structure. And then this is on a yearly basis. So we can see how many calls you booked over the whole year, how many calls you closed, everything. And seeing this on a yearly basis is life-changing. Okay. And I'm just giving you guys all of our structure. Some people have different structure. I think it's ugly. Ours is nice and simple. I'm sure some other business coaches will probably snag this and use this in their program after a little while. That's fine. A lot of our stuff gets borrowed, but that just means that we're doing something well and we're doing things that other people aren't. So I'm happy with that. Flattery in a weird kind of way. So being able to track everything on an annual basis is also super strong and powerful to leverage, because maybe, just maybe, you're not having a good month. And then you have years of data and you're like, oh, every February is bad. I wonder why that is. Maybe I need to pivot and do something different this February. Okay, so you can actually have like historical data trends on how your business is doing. And then you can kind of determine whether or not it's worth stressing about. If it's something that happens every single year, there's a good chance that you can make a pivot and make a change. But if you don't have that data, it becomes kind of difficult. Okay, so the sooner you start tracking, the better. Just like, the best time to invest in your retirement or real estate was always yesterday. So just get on it and start tracking. You guys are, feel free to get the actual copy of this. You have to be a client. I can't give that away, but I can give you the exact structure. If you're pretty good with Excel, it's not hard to copy all this. So, all right, let's stop sharing there. Okay. So guys, I really, really, really hope this was helpful. My intention here is to drop as much free and beneficial and useful content as possible, because if you guys are selling more clients, then you guys are making a bigger impact on the general population as a whole, which is the ultimate goal. When I started C4F, my mission statement was to help people help more people. Okay. So whether you work with us or not, this is free of charge. All I ask is that you hit that subscribe button, share with a friend. We pay lots of money for referrals. We pay $1,000 for every referral. So if you have any friends who want to scale their business, if not yourself, go ahead, send them over. We'll pay $1,000 if they sign up to work with us. And if you guys have any questions or you want to learn more, if you find it useful, if you like how I coach, and by the way, there's a whole bunch of videos where I do business reviews. So if you look at the title, it'll say business review of me actually going through clients I have worked with, clients I've never even met before. Like people I worked with, people I just met online. I was like, hey, want to hop on a podcast and do a business audit? People I don't even know. There's so many of those examples, so you can see kind of how I coach and how I help people. If that's something you're interested in, if you want to really press on the gas and make this year more profitable, build a team, hit those 10, 15, maybe $50,000 months. We have clients doing like the full spectrum. Okay. DM me YouTube. The word YouTube, all caps. Okay. I put so many different CTAs in all of my YouTube videos that I get them sometimes confused. DM me YouTube and then tell me exactly what resource that you want that you heard in a video, and I will send it over. No BS, no, hey, you got to hop on a call, anything crazy like that. If you do want to hop on a call, then I'm happy to, hop on and do an audit and everything like that. But just DM me the word YouTube, like, share, subscribe, and I hope to hear from you in the future.